Remember that I said that I support state police, so I will still make my arguments for state police, but I want anyone who attends this discussion to be grounded. So whether you are having discussions with your friends, whether you're writing to your lawmakers, whether you're calling your governors, whether you're talking to your state house of representatives, that you are fully grounded and that you are knowledgeable about the issues on this course. So the first question you ask yourself is equipment. What kind of equipment are you going to give your state police? If you are saying, okay, let's give them Dane guns, well, our local vigilantes, which you have in almost all the states, already have Dane guns. And Dane guns are almost incapable of solving the kind of issues you have now. You see, in any proper security network, it is expected that the security man has more arms than the person that is the assailant. And so when there are pickpockets, you can arm your policeman with baton. So with that baton, they have the baton, and the baton is at least stronger than the person who has just the fist of his hands. When they have Dane guns, it's expected that you have sophisticated rifles so that you can outgun them. But now when your criminals, especially the kind of criminals we have, from what we've seen in primary and secondary research materials, that they have several automatic rifles, AK-47s, they can fire 50mm caliber weapons, they can fire surface-to-air missiles, they are armed with dynamites. That's how they blow churches down, that's how they blow people's houses down. They just come in, raise it down. And the kind of equipment they have, sometimes they have anti-tank weapons, sometimes they have RPGs. I hope you've seen those pictures where bandits in the forest are armed with RPGs. And then with the reports you're seeing about the kind of attacks they do and the kind of empty bullet casings that you pick up on the ground, you will see that these people are heavily armed. And in that case, where the people who you are going to be fighting are armed with automatic rifles, AK-47s, and weapons that can cause lethal damage, then arming your state policemen with Dane guns or with pump-action rifles will not solve the problem, because someone with pump-action rifle is not effective deterrent against someone with a superior firepower. So there is a question that needs to be asked. What kind of equipment are we giving them? Are we giving them military-grade assault rifles? Like in Nigeria, the military-grade assault rifle of choice is AK-47. So if we are creating state police, what are we giving them? Is it every state go home and get what you can afford? Is it every state apply through the Office of the National Security Advisor, and the National Security Advisor can import arms for the states? Or are you giving the state governments licenses to import for themselves? And what kind of arms are they going to be importing? So if you ask me, if you give them Dane guns, you have not solved any problem. I think we need to know this, because the guys that they are fighting are no longer pickpockets. When you had pickpockets 10, 15 years ago, yes, you can have pump action and you're good. Like in Bauchi State, there were, I think late last year, either in Bauchi or I think it's in Bauchi State, 17 local vigilantes were killed in one day. What happened? Bandits came, people they call bandits, but we know that they are terrorists. They came into a community, and after raiding the community, they moved into the bush, and then the vigilantes mobilized to pursue them into the bush, and they set ambushment for them and killed 17 of them. That news is on the public domain. And when they are being interviewed, they said they had superior firepower. So they were armed with AK-47, they were armed with Dane guns, but the people they were fighting had superior firepower. If you are listening to an interview less than 1 week ago, the youths in Benue State who left their communities, went to these communities that were being attacked in Agatu, went there to support their brothers, to fight. And what did they come out with? That these guys have military-grade assault rifles. And that your Dane gun is not enough to fight this kind of criminality. So the people who go around killing people in Plateau State, you cannot fight them with Dane guns. Yes, Dane gun can help you put up a little resistance, but this we're talking about, okay, let's keep digging. An effective range of an AK-47, the effective range is 350 meters. And so for people who don't have appreciation of length, so a standard football pitch is 110 meters. A standard football pitch is 110 meters. So if you multiply that standard football pitch, not the stadium itself, but the pitch. So that pitch, if you multiply it by 3 times, that will give you 330 meters. And we're saying that someone who has an AK-47 can cause little damage at someone who is standing 3 football fields away from him. But then the effective range of some pump action rifles is 30 meters. So meaning that if you are in the goal post, you may not be able to kill someone at the half line. But then, if the criminal is armed with AK-47 and he is 3 football stadiums fields away from you, he can cause little damage. So he can kill you from where he is, but you need to get so close to him. Before you have the opportunity to get close to him, you are down already. And by the way, the gun that we're talking about that has an effective range of 350 meters can still kill somebody at 800 meters. But why the effective range is reduced to 300 meters, 350 meters, is that a properly or a moderately trained soldier can aim someone with AK-47 at 350 meters and get them. Now, at 800 meters, the bullet will still kill, but it is difficult to aim. It's not a precision weapon. And that's why they are reducing the effective range. So, someone that can kill from 800 meters, 500 meters, you are going to fight them with a gun that your chakaboom cannot cross the center line of the football pitch, let alone get into someone at the other end of the football pitch. So you see that in terms of equipment, we need to have serious discussions around equipment. What are we equipping? It's not state police by name. What are we equipping them with? Now, if we have agreed on what the equipment is, and I would recommend, I will believe that it should be, because of the level of insecurity we have now, it should be assault rifle, military grade assault rifle. And the weapon of choice may be AK-47, which is Nigeria's standard operational weapon of choice. With that, the state police can stand their ground when they are being attacked, or they can impose their will on the kind of people we are talking about. The kind of terrorists kidnapping people are not people you fight with guns. Another example, see what Amoteku is doing in the southwest. Amoteku started out well. But look now, you're hearing difficulties that they always fall to the superior firepower of the criminals, because Amotekans are armed with pump actions. But the people you are sent to go and arrest with pump action have more little weapon than you. So it's just like telling a 5-year-old person to go and arrest an 18-year-old man. It can't happen. So it is usually the stronger person that should arrest. And so where we have determined that the security threats we have are armed that much, the best we can do is to at least match them with arms. And then we can now overwhelm them with numbers. So that's one. Equipment. What kind of equipment are you equipping your state police with?